I'm Paul. I'm the original Mustang MD. Today we're going to work on this K-Code. We're going to remove the rear glass. I've already pulled some of the trim off, and this is the special tool that we need for the glass removal, or the trim removal rather. You have to find these clips, and the way you find them is you shove this up under there and you go until you hit a bump. When you catch that bump, you pry it up like that, and it comes off a little bit harder. But basically, this tool releases these clips to allow the trim to come off. Once it's off, then we take, and I've got most of it off. This gasket was so hard and brittle that it's just breaking off. Sometimes you'll need a utility knife to actually get behind it and cut it off. If your rubber is brand new, you can at this point push the window out from the inside. You want to make sure you have a nice soft moving pad or blanket or towel or something to set your glass on. Now that I've removed all the rubber, reach in from this side and push. The glass comes out like this. Set it down on there so it won't get scratched. Then you can remove the rest of the rubber. That's the old rubber that's very brittle in this case. And then you can clean up the channel. But being that I'm gonna in the future put a new headliner in this, all this gets taken out and a new rubber goes in. Okay, and the next thing is we're going to be removing these clips, and also so we'll need a screwdriver and also a little spatula. And you may want to keep a vacuum handy, because there is, in this case, there's a lot of junk that will need to come out here to expose the screws. And so up here you can see them. The old headliner comes off pretty simply. Now keep in mind there's sometimes little pieces of sharp metal, so watch yourself on these things. But the old headliner should just peel out like so. And then we're going to clean out all the old butyl goop like that. And I've already done it on the front window, so we'll give you a shot of the front window too. An old plastic cup like this is good to catch and keep track of all your screws and clips. These are from the front window. I use a battery powered. Make sure you have a good bit, because you don't want to strip the screws, but they unscrew just like that, and then the clip comes out. And right here we're gonna, now it makes it a lot easier to remove the butyl. Clean that channel really good. Your new headliner is going to wrap up and glue onto this panel, and then the clips are going to have to go back in prior to putting the window back in. Very quickly, this is the K-Code car that we've been showing you. We painted the door, and just something real quick about West Coast cars versus the East Coast cars for those people on the East Coast. This car sat in the desert for 40 years, and there's virtually only a few spots in the lower part of the doors and around the wheel trim where there's rust. These floors are almost perfect. I'm going to bang on them for you. I'm still cleaning the dirt up. Okay, we're going to clean up this glass now. Best thing to use is a brand new razor blade. This is not a new one, as you can tell, but it will work for our purposes. This and also 4/0 steel wool should be all you need. Some people like glass cleaner, that's fine. For me, this works pretty good. And you just take and clean the edges real good to get all the junk and goop off. Takes the paint off. I'm gonna flip this glass over because it seems like most of it's on the outside. And a nice new sharp razor blade you have to be careful with, but it'll actually take a lot of this calcium buildup, as you can see it here. With a nice sharp razor blade, it'll actually cut that calcium off, but it'll also take all your goop, paint, pretty much everything off. And then the 4/0 steel wool will polish the glass. And I'll hold this up so you can see maybe a little bit better. Get both sides of it. And you'll need to clean it really good before putting it back in. This is the before here, and this over here is the after with a razor blade and some steel wool.